Yes, sir. We back.
We here.
One B&D for you.
Hey, man.
BlkPrint. J5 in the building.
Special Monday edition.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw airs in 20 minutes in the East Coast. 3 hours for us. What's the nickname this week?
Shit. Time traveling P. I don't know.
That's what I said.
I can't even call it.
Literally
jet lag P.
Literally asked him when he got out. I said, "How are you alive?"
Hey, you know, one of my favorite current rap lines is V's. He said, "I'm the first nigga from my hood with jet lag." I feel him.
It's so great that an album like that, it's like so lo-fi and like it's clearly unmixed, clearly unmastered, but it's just like he's just rapping the whole way through. Is getting such a great critical reception this year.
Yeah, nah, it's hip hop, baby.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we let other genres get away with lo-fi, so
yeah,
let's run with it.
This is our death grips.
I honestly think it's a negotiating tactic. I think he's gonna be like, you're gonna run it up on a label like, yo, I need studio time. And the engineer, I need an extra $2 million.
It always feels like on that album that he snuck in, recorded something with with one of his friends was in there, then he like left with the stems and all that stuff. That's what that album feels like. MC in the building as well. You are a Raising Cane's fanatic. Can you put we're not sponsored by them at all. You could put the cup down. I know you got I know you got your Post Malone cup. You know what I'm saying? Put that one down.
Oh man, I was gonna say my favorite unmastered rapper right now is Pinky Doll, but I actually do have to tell the Kane story about Post Malone. I was pretty embarrassed.
That was two embarrassing remarks. First of all, I don't even think people know who Pinky Doll is.
People know who Pinky Doll is.
I don't know. I don't think she got a name really.
Even if they don't know her, well, knowing Josh, you don't fuck with Pinky Doll right now. In 2 months, Josh should be fucking with Pinky Doll.
I definitely don't fuck with that shit.
Josh just told us who he fucks with now, and I'm pretty sure we can find proof that he said that he was cautious.
Yeah,
we're gonna put.
I said I was cautious. Now it was yellow. Now it's green. I need y'all to understand that minds change. That's the human. That's the gift of being human. You can change your mind.
There's nothing wrong with you change your mind, but you were like the way you come at it after you change your mind is that you've been a fan the whole time. That's the part that's disrespectful.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it now. I like it.
Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the show, you guys. Lots of stuff to talk about this week. Lots of stuff has happened in the news.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a B-sides for you. Special shout out to Naila last week on BlkPrint Radio.
Oh yeah.
What an episode.
She killed it. Yes. Yeah. If you got Patreon or if you don't have it, make sure you subscribe. Go listen to that. That's what it's about, man. I say it all the time. We have these great guests, but like I want to just highlight these stories that aren't as common in the culture that we kind of work in. And I think, you know, her just from the photography stuff to the parties, it's like it's all just dope things behind the scenes of hip hop, music, fashion, culture. And it's just really moving the needle. So shout out to her. And
getting the perspective and we've had the perspective of a lot of different industries from women on the show.
Yeah.
We've had Shardy on the show. We've had Chef K on the show. But getting the perspective of a creator from her was really timely. And like, I I learned a lot from that too. Like there's like laws that she was talking about on that shit. I was like, I didn't even know they passed that.
Yeah, me neither. Even just the progression of her career. Like I didn't know she was in the military before. So
yeah.
Even that story and just how she pivoted to the creative field and photography. It was dope to hear.
Absolutely. And so shout out to her for being on the show. Super nice person. She was so excited. She was like sharing everything. We got a bunch of listeners. She got a fan base out there.
Oh yeah. Nah, she brought them in. I mean shit. She's doing parties and shit. So yeah. She obviously has a community that really supports her. And you know, I'm glad she was one of our latest guests.
And shout out to you, Josh. Big week.
Always a big week over
Super
here.
Big week. The blog era. Is that what you were officially calling it? Because it had like different branding than what.
Nah, I mean it's a part of our Hip Hop 50 campaign at Amazon Music. So it's 50 and Forever. Mm-hmm. That's just the overall theme and campaign, and we've kind of been running that throughout the year. We've had a couple different events that highlighted that theme. The first was the kickoff with De La Soul.
Yeah,
and we did the party with them for their album release. And this is just the latest in that string. We're doing like 4 shows in New York. Throughout the summer at Pier 17, which is one of the nicest venues in New York right now. I'm really impressed with it. That was my first time there. But the first show was the Blog Era show. We had Wale, Joey Badass, Currency. And it was just dope, man. I think, you know, the Blog Era, shout out to It's the Real, Eric and Jeff. Mm-hmm. They really encapsulated what the blog era is perfectly with their podcast. And just to see that podcast kind of come out and now it's wide, you can listen to it on any platform at this point. I just think that was such a pivotal era for me and a lot of people in my age bracket that's in the hip hop now. And the reason why I'm like thriving in hip hop now, like I'm literally a blog era alumni.
Yeah, I mean, blog era marketer.
Yeah, nah, for real. So like to have that be the first show and even have that be a part of the hip hop story and the first show for us to kick off this series was just really dope. And Wale is one of those guys who you know, friend of the show, friend of mine. But he was one of those blog era rappers that really kind of like got me into the business. I remember emailing his former manager Dan Wiseman early on, like, yo, love Wale. When you guys in LA, like you guys on Fairfax, I'll meet you guys over here. Yeah. So it's like he's been a part of my story, and to have him, you know, headline his show, sell it out in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, it's full circle, really, because like of everything that Wale and you, me, and everybody's been through. It's like really full circle. That's why I was like, this is such a good. I was telling him that too. I was like, I was so glad when we were like hanging out like a month ago, 2 months ago, or whatever. Like, because it felt like old times. You know what I'm saying? Like we just kick it and just talk about just crazy shit. You know what I mean? And seeing him perform, like he just. I mean, obviously. He got a little annoyed at the end, but like he seemed really happy. People
in the stream say he got annoyed. He was happy with the performance. I think people saw his freestyle as annoyance. Yeah. But it's really just a freestyle he wanted to kick. Yeah. I kind of knew going into it that he was about to do that, so I just kind of expected it. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like after the show, he was all smiles. Like, you know, we took some photos with some of the girls that were there, and it was just it was good to see him in that element because he had all his people there. It was like a party. Yeah. Everybody came. We hanging out backstage. He was super excited. It was just dope, man. Like I think we're absolutely going through like a Wale renaissance right now. It's crazy. Absolutely. The next day we saw that No Hands went diamond. Yeah. It's like how many people have a diamond plaque? I got to remind him to order that plaque because that's something that a lot of people don't have, and he needs that in his home. Yeah,
but then I sent it to him, and he's like, wow. I'm like, what do you mean? Wow. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, no, I ain't hit him yet. I'm trying to figure out how was I involved in the record so I can order a plaque. Like, I'm like, yo, I heard it first.
Shit, we sent it to him. Shit, we deserve a plaque too. Yeah. Shit, I still want my love plaque.
Oh yeah,
the shit we had to go through to get my love.
We gotta check the RIAA on that. See what's going on there.
I think it's plat now. That shit was crazy. Me and Josh had to hit up Complex for a premiere. Yeah, because it was premiering on Entertainment Tonight, and then like, because I think at one point, Wally was like, "Y'all just handle it."
Man, it was like, all right. That was a moment in time for real. Funny enough,
the joint with Dua Lipa.
Yep. I remember they had to do a reshoot for the video. WizKid missed the original.
He did the reshoot of the video the day I got fired.
Oh shit!
So when I got fired from Cashmere, I left and I was like, "Day I got fired for going to Raw with you last night." He's like, "Oh, come to the shoot."
What we doing?
So he's literally like, "No, I got you." Like, and I say this to this day, he didn't even hesitate.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying, and that shows. And you know, you might hear a lot of stories about him and. You know, at that time before that, I had only known him like personally on a face-to-face level. How long had it been? Like maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, no, it was very early in the relationship, and he just, you know, put a lot of trust in us to kind of go out there and just help with, you know, just the campaign. And I think that, you know, just that moment, that album was, it was a moment in time for him. It was like a transition, still trying to figure it out, doing some things new, doing some things old. But it was overall successful. I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see where he's at right now. Like I said, I feel like we're going through like a Wale renaissance, and No Hands going diamond was kind of like a cherry on top of that. I hear there's some new music coming soon.
All right. Well, we hear. We haven't heard it. He won't play it for us. He listens to the show, so that's why I'm making sure that we reiterate that we haven't heard this shit yet. So shout out to Wale, of course. We'll annoy him about the music a little bit later this week, but. Big week for you up from there. You went to Miami, Rolling Loud.
Oh yeah, Rolling Loud, man.
That's where festival. That's where I'm like, how are you alive? Because
I'll just make it work, man. I get my sleep in though. But honestly, Miami's one of those places where like you'll look up at the end of the night and it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh shit, it feels like it's 10.
Yeah, 100%. MC, do you feel that way about Miami?
That's literally every day. That might just be South Florida in general. You wake up, you look up. It feels like 9 and it's actually 3 in the morning. I'm pretty sure everybody's used to it.
You don't sleep anyway. So like you can't really call that Miami shit. As long as I've known you, you've never slept. You don't ever sleep. You be up with me at midnight.
I sleep beautiful in New York City. Florida, I'm back to my roots, which is not good. I need to change these roots.
Yeah, nah, Rolling Loud is a beast within itself. And I want to shout out to Tariq and the whole Rolling Loud team to see that start from the beginning. I think Casey Veggies was on the first Rolling Loud.
Wow.
And just to see, and even before that, they were like promoting our shows in Florida. Like they had this thing called like Dope ENT, and I think the other one's called like Pro Club or something like that.
I remember Pro Club. Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to them. I've seen that festival from the jump. I'm pretty sure I was like watching Uzi's set next to Tariq's parents.
Oh, that's nice.
They're like 80 years old.
That's crazy.
They had their phones out looking at the strippers. It was crazy. His pops had like a fake tattoo of like a spider on his head.
No.
Actually amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably seen them in front, like in my Instagram story. They're like right in front of the stage, right next to me. But
did you speak with Uzi?
No, I didn't. No, we didn't officially squash our beef yet. But
it's coming.
I saw Bari. I saw a bunch. I honestly, like, when I'm at shows, not even when I'm at shows, I've been to so many shows in my lifetime. It's like nothing really quote unquote excites me.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, especially when I'm quote unquote working. So like, I was really there just observing. I wasn't trying to like, he literally called everyone on stage at one point and was like, yo, where my niggas at? Let's throw some money. And like, they were like handing out bricks of money to people to throw. I saw ASAP Bari. He said, what's up? He literally had like a duffel bag full of money.
Jesus. And
it was just a party on stage. I really appreciated that. Like, I think a lot of artists take themselves so serious where they're like, I got to have this soul. Like, I mean, and it's not a bad thing. Like, but you see Travis's set. You see ASAP Rocky set.
Yeah.
Then you see what Uzi did. And it's like, Uzi shit was damn near better, but absolutely comparable.
Yeah.
And it's like all he did was have a few stripper pose.
It was the set design I saw.
Booby trap shit.
And it was interesting because it went away from like his marketing in the past couple weeks for the pink tape and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see him go that way. I was like, okay, I guess he's on to the next phase. Like I guess he's over.
I mean, he just is a ghetto ass nigga that's like, but he does this creative shit. Like even when he played the one song, the little punk rock song on there. Yeah. Like all the strippers was like dancing to that. It was like they was even like, what the fuck? But they was just in it in the moment, and it works. I mean, Uzi's one of them people. I don't know, man. He's gonna be studied after he's gone.
What was your takeaway? I think in turn, not from like the major acts, and maybe some of the major acts, but just the way people responded to some of the newer acts that are coming up, or like, what was your takeaway from like who's coming up, or who's really kind of gaining ground and gaining traction?
We seen the change in the guard. Destroy Lonely had an amazing set.
They went crazy for him.
Bash for the World, who's from Texas, he had a great set. 03 Greedo had a great set.
That's his first one back, right? I think.
Who, 03 Greedo?
Yeah.
Yeah. First one back. Yeah. Who else had a really good set? No Cap. People in the crowd singing No Cap songs, lyric for lyric. He did the Rilo record he has, A Thing for You. That shit went off. Surprisingly, one of my like favorite sets that I just was like lit was Lil TJ. And it's funny, he gets a lot of internet hate. And
it was funny, right? Because I saw on the comments on their Instagram when I was looking at the set list for the day, whatever day he was on Sunday, I think. Yeah. They said, I would rather watch whoever than Lil TJ and Offset or something like that. And I felt like those two had like really popping ass sets.
Bro, TJ set went off. Yeah. I watched it from the truck and I watched it from the crowd at one point, and people were singing the lyrics, knew who he was. I seen a little white boy front row had Lil TJ as his like screensaver on his phone.
That's crazy.
I know it's wild, but it's like he got something. So don't believe the internet.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, and I just think like hip hop is in this really this transitional phase right now. They're trying to figure it out. We're trying to see who's gonna be the next big thing, but I have faith. I think there's a lot of artists that are gonna pop up and really kind of take over and take this to the next level.
I always look at like the early in the day sets to see when the people, but it's not like super. Well, it was packed the whole night, the whole day, Rolling Loud. Like there's never really like an empty moment. So I can't really call a metric on that anymore. But like some of the newer up and coming people are like Snot. I looked at his shit and I was like, bro, he's got like a real like niggas do him too.
That's the thing about Rolling Loud and how they curate that set. They're not bringing nobody that ain't got no fans on. Like I saw Tia Korean, her set kind of went off. Tony Snow set went off. I mean, even I brought him up earlier, but Bash for the World, like I've been tuned in and I've seen in this last I'll say in the last 6 months. His shit's just been really, really growing. And I saw somebody on Twitter this morning say like, Bash for the World is going to have like one of those Yeet moments very, very soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a dark horse that just kind of comes out of the pack and really goes crazy in the next 6 months.
That's the thing with Yeet too. Was he on this set?
No, he wasn't, which is interesting. I think, I really interesting that he wasn't on Rolling Loud. I think they've been like very purposely not putting him on a lot of festival dates. I'm not sure the strategy. I think Rolling Loud is a perfect place for him to be.
And he could keep doing it. I feel like there's a lot of cities that may have not seen him in a really long time or may have never seen him at all. I think that he brings that energy. I mean, if you're going to have a Destroy Lonely up there, Yeet seems to be like the perfect person to put on another stage or a little bit later than that. So it was interesting to me not seeing him there at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that. I think, again, I think that's just something from his team. I'm pretty sure he's invited, but I think with Yeet and Rolling Loud in general, I think that's that crowd is a very specific crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make music that caters to that crowd, you need to go there and embrace it
every time
because that's your bread and butter. Like if you look at Rolling Loud, they very much took the Ultra playbook.
Mm-hmm.
It's damn near the same 5 headliners:
Travis, Future,
ASAP
Rocky,
Kodak Black,
and then
Playboy Cardi.
And sometimes it'll be Kendrick.
Sometimes then you mix in the Kanye, a Kendrick, and like you kind of go out a J. Cole, but it's like it's the same 5 headliners.
Yeah.
And you just rotate them out, and it works every single time.
Every time.
It's like, why wouldn't I go and get that bag every single time?
Where are they at next? Is it New York next? You know MC?
Might be
in
New
September.
York.
Usually they do like the fall. They do it in New York City. Let me take a look.
And I think LA's after that.
So LA's usually in December.
Yeah.
Because I caught the Blueface Krishan thing, the new season of that. Still a hard watch, but it chronicled them at Rolling Loud that I guess last December when they couldn't get on stage or something like that. So it's usually December for LA. So how he keeps getting booked for that, I don't know.
Me neither.
Because I don't I don't know any of his new songs.
I mean, Blueface is one of those ones though. It's like you kind of gotta once you have a few of these little kind of hits,
you could do a whole 30 minutes.
You'll pop up every year.
Yeah.
You know who else kind of went off this year? NLE Choppa. He's having a crazy year on the low.
He's having a run.
He's having a run right now.
Some key remixes have kind of put him on the map.
His album did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
NLE Choppa's doing his thing right now.
I mean, the kid's not a bad rapper.
Not a bad rapper.
I think that it's just the antics. But
what's the antics really? Because he's such a. I mean, I guess when he's doing the Dr. Sebi shit.
Yeah, like it's that.
But you understand, he's the nicest fucking kid.
Really?
He's not a character at all. Like I've met him a couple times. Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Calm, on time. Like he's not what the record reflects.
Yeah.
And I think he had those moments where he was kind of tripping. I know now he doesn't even run his socials. Like he's just like on social.
Okay.
But it's not even like he's doing anything to not be on social. This dude runs with his parents. Like his mom and his dad are like his management. They're like everywhere with him. Like Mama Choppa, she got a big ass ring. Big ass championship ring on her finger. So yeah, shout out to NLE Choppa. He just went #1 at Urban Radio with his record with Lil Wayne. Shout out to the whole Warner Records staff. My boy Matt, he's the A&R on there. So
speaking of Lil Wayne, Carter 4, Throwblacks.
Oh, for the love of God.
Coming next week. I'm not going to say anything. Before you say anything, Rolling Loud is actually not coming to New York City this year. The festival's organizers announced today, which was in March, citing logistical concerns. They said they're not coming to New York. They always have problems in New York, though. That's probably why.
No, that's what it was. Remember New York, the cops were trying to like shut it down and take people off the roster. So I did hear that. I remember that when it came out.
That's them losing I'm pretty sure it's to them it's a drop in the bucket, but that's a sizable amount of money that they bring in when Rolling Loud comes out.
Yeah, but also Rolling Loud in New York ain't really a vibe. I can attest to that. I think LA is a little better, but also LA ain't the biggest vibe. Miami just feels like very good.
Yeah.
Other markets, I don't know. The Germany and Portugal look lit. But
they love festivals out there.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, and Miami is a festival place with Ultra and just all the big dance EDM scene. But when they try it in other domestic markets, it doesn't always ring off as it should.
It's not.
Yeah, I would like New York City when it comes to like experiencing more local artists like Cash Cobain, Chow Lee. I would like to see that at a Rolling Loud New York City than it would be like as an away game, I guess you would say, out in Miami, because it's a different audience. Yeah. They're getting used to performing out in Florida in areas where they've more than likely only performed in the tri-state area. So in that case, I would like to see more local artists in that sense. But that's mainly it.
Yeah. No, and I think they do a really good job of curating with local artists. Speaking of New York artists, D.D. Osama, I saw him. Shit was cool.
He performed there too?
Yeah.
He was on Saturday, I think.
No, he was on Sunday.
He was
on Sunday, and then he like right after him was No Cap, and he just was chilling on stage with No Cap. It was funny. It was like D.D. Osama, 21 Harold, Sean Kingston. It was the most random bunch of rappers on stage for No Cap's performance. It was really random.
Ain't that nigga getting in trouble right now for faking that plane? Sean Kingston?
Faking what plane?
He said he bought a jet and some nigga exposed him and said it was and said he got one of the jets that are just like cut in half and you could kind of flex it on Instagram.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked at that.
Yeah,
I mean, Sean Kingston had fake ass jewelry back in the day. That's he just might be a fake ass nigga, man.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
He had hits though. I'll say that.
Speaking of antics, did y'all see this real Boston Richie thing at FAMU?
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's actually amazing. I will. Well, let's tell the story.
So, Real Boston Richie has a new song that came out last Friday. He kept hyping the video. He was like, "Video's coming. Just wait. The video's coming out." And the video is him with the FAMU players. He's wearing their gear.
He's looking like the coach. He has like on a polo, and then a helmet. It's at one point he's in and out of the helmet.
And so, literally, I want to say maybe hours after this video comes out, the account, the Twitter account or the X account, I'm sorry, comes out and says, this is not what we had planned. This is not. We didn't know anything about this.
Yeah.
There will be nothing. Did they ban Real Boston Richie? I feel like they banned him.
The coach came out and was like, no, the coaching
suspended the whole team.
He suspended the team and was like, yo, we're doing an investigation on how this happened, and none of the players. We're suspending the whole team right now indefinitely. They're trying to figure it out. I mean, it's a funny formality thing. I think he just had to do it to kind of hold someone accountable.
Yeah,
they're in training camp right now. So they're not like it's
in
not
trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna get reprimanded somehow.
Yeah,
I heard there was some people online talking about some scholarships to get taken away. I doubt it. It's FAMU.
Over.
They need everybody they can get.
Over Real Boston Richie, but bigger than that is that I feel like he got some, for the first time in a while, he got some good positive.
If you want to call that positive.
I mean, I feel like not for like the players, but I feel like a lot of people thought it was cool that he did the video and that
honestly,
whole thing blew up.
The video was cool. I saw it. I think them getting in trouble made it a bigger story. Yeah. But it's interesting, man. My thing is, I want Real Boston Richie to not be in some shit.
True.
I just want your music to impact just because it's fire and just because you got some shit going.
It's a good song too.
Yeah, it's fire.
That's some pretty cool shit though. At HBCU, you just show mad love, especially for fam. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I see both ends. I see Josh's side. I see everybody else's side. Everyone is looking at it like, oh, he's a real rebel. I think that's what people like to see. Like it's some troll shit. I think that's what we love. We love meme culture and shit like that. But on the other end, it's like, how long will this subside? When this subsides, what will he have after that? So it's like now all he has is the song and a video where a lot of people got suspended for it. So it's just like, it's cool for him, but where's the album at, nigga? It's supposed to have been out this month.
I want to say too on that note, Blue Bloods Clan and OGZ did it first. They filmed a video at Oregon State.
Oh, they did.
They were in the press conference room. They had jerseys up.
And nobody got in trouble.
They had bitches in the video. It was lit. So shout out to Oregon State. Best Nike program in all of college football. So they do it right.
I got to do an update here to a conversation that we had last episode. Or I think it was on Throwblacks, I want to say. Okay. Mark has started The Wire, Josh.
Oh, shit. I know, yeah. We was in the group chat dropping some. I don't know. I haven't watched it in so long. Some of the shit you're referencing, I didn't know what you were talking about. J5 knew exactly, but yeah. I'm glad you started, man. It's a real nigga show, finally.
Hey, I take my handshake bets very serious.
Oh, he wants you to start.
What?
He wants you to start South Park.
Oh, my God.
Just season 1. He just said season 1.
I'll start it.
I'm just gonna let you know I take my handshake bets very serious. So I did start.
Hands, but all right.
I did start The Wire for the first time. Thank God, after years and years of people telling me. It went way better than the first time that I watched it. Originally, my dad had put it on for me and my sister like a couple of years ago, and it was just too much. I was on vacation. I was like, I'm not trying to get too serious with this show right now. But now it felt way
Why
better.
was your dad playing The Wire for you and your sister?
He's like, y'all never seen this? He's like, y'all never seen this? I'm about to put this shit on right now. Put it on.
A real one.
That sounds like some dad shit to do, though. That's like,
But it's like some real shit. It's like, nigga, you ain't never seen this shit? Put this shit on right now.
that's like, I'm like, you trying to go out shopping? This nigga said, nah, look at McNulty right there.
And he put it on. I think it was like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, man, I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to get into this drama right now. But it felt a little bit better. So
but the thing is, The Wire is actually a way funnier show than like
Yeah.
a lot of people give it credit for. It's a funny fucking show.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I
not
didn't know
all, It's not that dark.
It's not dour and dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
it's not that it's dour and dark. I just knew that I would have had to focus. So I'm up to episode 6 right now. I just watched 6 last night. So technically I'm on episode 7.
Yeah.
I wrote down some notes.
Yeah.
I took some ideas. There have been a lot of people that said when I start The Wire, document it in a form of fashion. And I'm making sure that I do so right now. I have 5 questions
Okay.
for my first 5 episodes. I'd like to share this with you guys.
Okay.
And possibly get some answers. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get some answers or
If
not.
it's spoilery,
but
I'm not gonna answer it.
no spoilers at all. I would
Okay.
like everybody that has not watched The Wire ever, just like how I was until this past Sunday. None of this contains spoilers, so you should be completely okay if you do want to start this with me specifically and watch all 5 seasons throughout the next couple of weeks or months or whatever it is. Okay. I want to start by saying, before I get to any of these 5 questions, Lance Riddick is great. May he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
It's really good.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Really good. No, my first question, however, where are the Barksdales getting these baggy turtlenecks from? Could you guys answer that for me?
Shit, they get it from the Harold Pinter Man of Fashion. That's for all my DMV heads. Harold Pinter Man of Fashion in the mall. He getting them from there. Shout out to everybody in DMV, Norfolk, all the places.
I've liked these turtlenecks, but they're just a big and they're mixed and they're putting turtlenecks with everything, like big jackets, light jackets.
It was cold, nigga.
That's how niggas dress. Yeah.
Exactly. That's how the dope boys dress back in the day.
I didn't think of the weather concerns. Okay, so
It's Baltimore.
Okay, so I have the answer of where they're getting the turtlenecks. Okay, number 2. Have I met the person that's gonna pass Bunk or Kima as my favorite character?
Who?
Have I met anybody that's gonna top Bunk or Kima as my favorite character of this entire series?
Kima, yes.
Yeah.
Bunk, probably not.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Put a little.
I would agree. I'm trying to think. Has Snoop popped up yet?
No, season 4.
She has not.
Season 4.
She has not.
Yeah.
I did make a little bit of an asterisk here. I think that I've answered my own question. It may be Lester, but I'm not positive yet.
This guy. I like what's my boy's name?
Who, Herc?
Nah, the light skinned nigga.
Bubbles?
No,
Not
he's talking
Bubbles.
about the cop. He's talking about the light.
No, not the cop. I'm talking about the nigga that be serving. He.
I know
I
you're
was
talking
about to say a big spoiler just now.
Oh, D?
Not D. Home. Fuck. Why is he?
I'll know. It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
If he's not by season 1, episode 5,
he's on the block already. He's on the block already. He's got the. He's always got the Scully on. Shit.
Are you talking about Mac Wilds?
No, not Mac Wilds. Fuck. Why can't I think of? I can think of every character right now, but him.
It's literally on the tip of my fucking tongue. Oh.
Serving and he's got the Scully on. Okay, so
He's
there's
light
a
skinned. He was on Oz. I know exactly what he's talking about. I know people are like about to shoot us right now for
I'm mad
not
I
knowing
can't
this
remember his
character.
name. He's in all the rap videos too.
Yeah, he like. Oh my god, he was in
Bodie.
Yes, Bodie.
Bodie is my favorite
That's Mac
character.
Wilds. That's Mac Wilds, ain't it?
No, man, Mac Wilds.
J.D. Williams is his name.
Yeah, J.D. Williams. Mac Wilds is one of the kids, man.
I think he plays Michael.
He plays Michael. You know, you haven't met him yet, bro.
Oh,
You haven't met him yet.
okay.
You haven't met him yet.
Okay, so I haven't
later,
okay.
down the line. See, this is what happens when you don't watch a show after 20 years. Is that people start telling you about characters that haven't shown up yet? And you're waiting for them.
I'm okay with that.
They don't. He's not showing up for quite some time. So you got some time, buddy. But third question.
Okay, I have heard of a Bodie. I just have not seen this Bodie as of yet.
He's been there.
You've definitely seen him.
He's been there.
He is. Oh, I've seen Bodie already. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been there. He's gonna become prominent in about 2 episodes. I'm just saying he's gonna be prominent in about 2 episodes. Go ahead.
Okay. Side note: have you guys ever played Mac Wilds' R&B album? This is not part of the questions. This is a side note.
No.
Great album. You guys should listen to it.
No, it's not.
Number 3. How legendary is Wood Harris for being Ace Boogie and Avon Barksdale within months of each other?
He was a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. I think at one point a lot of people thought of him as like, I won't say like next Denzel, but like that next black actor that was on the.
I mean, he was that guy. It's funny. People always say I look like him, and we got the same last name. Yeah, me and Tyler.
Really?
People always say we look like all three of us look alike.
I think you more than Tyler does. Though.
I think so too, but some racist shit. Wood Harris, black. All right. I like Wood Harris, sir. I think he's one of the better actors out here. He's in something else recently that I really like.
Was he in Space Jam? No, he wasn't in Space Jam. He was in Creed 3.
Yes, he was. He was.
Yeah, it might have been that actually.
He was in Creed 3.
I bring it up because I'm very, very astonished. I've seen Paid in Full. That is one movie you cannot say I've never seen. I've seen it at least 100 times. So I'm very familiar with Wood Harris. But seeing him as Avon in The Wire, knowing that this is around that 2002 area, I'm like, you are very fucking talented for being able to pull off almost two different parallels of characters, even though they're both involved the drug game.
Did you get to that yet?
No.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, I don't know what it is.
Okay, pay attention. Make sure you pay attention. All right, next question.
Okay, number 4. Do you see what alcohol does? Alcohol plays a terrible theme within these first 5 episodes. Not only have I seen
right?
So does heroin.
Yes, that is a fair fact. But not only have I seen McNulty fall down hills, I've seen 3 of the biggest fucking idiots in this show drive up to the Jex at 2 a.m. and almost die. Alcohol is playing too big of a factor in these first 5 episodes. And it's made me hate Carver, and it's made me hate the other 2 that I can't remember their names.
Carver and Hurt. Yeah, listen, man. Alcohol is not going to stop being a theme, specifically in McNulty's life. So get ready for that. You're going to be pissed a lot during the show over alcohol. He's in McNulty.
I just thought about it. Wood Harris is in BMF and Winning Time.
He's in BMF?
Yes, he's really good in BMF.
He is in Winning Time. Yeah. Yes, he is.
He's really good in BMF.
Wait. This is one of the greatest character actors
he's
of all
good.
time.
He's like in the first season only, though. I think
And the thing that's crazy about character actors like Wood Harris is that they always have to audition. Every role he gets, he auditions for, and I think that
you better not be making him audition,
bro. He's for sure auditioning everything he does.
Yeah, BMF. He's good in BMF though. He plays Pat.
I gotta check that. I still haven't watched it.
He plays like one of Meech's first connects.
I heard it got bad though.
You know what? I stopped watching it before they got to Atlanta, so I'm not really sure like what's going on.
Okay. All right. Last question because we got to talk
Atlanta
about.
now? Wow, I didn't know that.
We got to talk about. We got to talk about something else visually too.
Okay, number 5. Oh shit! Number 5 was Have y'all ever played Mac Wild's debut album?
Jesus,
Holy shit!
Get out
Just
of here.
play it.
Oh my!
I'm not playing it. I didn't like Own It. So like that was really
you
the.
Didn't like Own It?
No.
Wow. Also, side note, Michael B. Jordan's actually pretty good in here. Well, how old is he in here?
He's
like
really good.
13?
About
14?
That might have been his first role.
Yeah.
That might have been when he was running around with his headshots.
Yeah. He was. He was still the corny guy then. So.
Yeah. When I seen that, I was like, hey, I don't blame this thing. He's actually pretty good, right? I don't want to spoil it, but there is a section where he gets some money. And he was like, "Man, I don't want these 2 men." I was like, "Okay, it's pretty good."
They told shit. I can't even talk to you about nothing.
Yeah, we can't.
We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this in a couple of days. Last weekend was a big weekend in movies, and I know what you guys think I'm going to talk about. But what I really want to talk about is the John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, Tanoia Paris movie. They Cloned Tyrone.
I haven't seen it. I'm gonna start it tonight though.
My nigga, that is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Huh.
I'm interested in what you say about it because my thing is as I'm watching it, and I hate that I'm watching movies under this lens now. I'm thinking, is Josh gonna think this is corny? And I really don't think you're gonna.
Crazy. I really
don't think you are.
I've been hearing about this movie for a while. Shout out to Charles King and Macro. They produced it.
Yeah.
Charles King is like one of my expanders. He's someone I kind of look up to. He just is doing it the right way in Hollywood as a black man. And I've heard about this movie for a little bit of time. Funny enough, what's my guy's name? I was about to call him Childish Major. Teddy Walton.
Yeah, he did
Teddy
the soundtrack.
Walton actually did the soundtrack. So I've just been hearing about this in different circles. I heard it's good. One of the movie posters recreated the Goonies poster.
Yep.
So I'm already sold. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out. I'm literally going to start it tonight. That's on my list.
It is to me such a subversive movie where I don't know how you leaned on Sorry to Bother You.
I love Sorry to Bother You.
I didn't like Sorry to Bother You. I think that this movie's doing message-wise what Boots Riley thought that he was doing in that movie. And I think as far as like the subversion is that the movie makes you think like you're seeing things, but it's not really there, or you're questioning, is it really there?
Yeah.
And I think that there's a level of paranoia there that I think is like really rampant throughout it, where it's like it really makes you feel uneasy. It's a lot scarier than people give it credit for too. Like in terms of just like, yo, like as a black person, what if? And it posits the idea, kind of like Get Out does, but to a bigger extent here. Like what if you weren't really you, or people were trying to take who you were away, your essence, who you are. So it really deals with identity, and I think identity is important as an important thing as a black person, because it's like we kind of struggle with that all the time. It's like how we talk, how we act, how we dress. It's always under the microscope, and the movie deals with that in a lot of ways, and especially the roles that we have in communities. So it's like it really, I love the movie a lot. I think that it was also an example and a reminder of just how fucking good Jamie Foxx is at this shit.
I heard they cloned him recently. Alternate news sources, they told me that. Alternative news sources.
Vaccine? I look on Twitter now, and it's literally whenever you see a story like that, they're like, vaccine? I'm like, what?
I emojis.
I'm glad that he's back to.
Me too. I'm glad he put out that video.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I always believe the family, and like they're like, yo, he's fine. He's just recovering, and like, yeah, he said it perfectly. It's
you don't want us to see it like that.
Yeah, which I totally respect.
Yeah.
This was obviously done before. Was it a stroke he had? I don't even know.
He's not really saying it. To me, the way his face looks, the amount of weight it looks like he lost, it looks to me like it might have been stroke related or something like that. But I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that, it made me appreciate him so much more, because I feel like Jamie Foxx movie lately, I've been like, I mean, I know he's going to be good, but like, you don't know if the movie's going to be good. But like this made me really like, yo, I really got to go back to like appreciating this man while he's still here. Absolutely. Okay. And this movie is really, again, he's playing a role that has so much depth to it. He's a pimp in the movie, but it's like he's a pimp that, when these characters understand their defined roles, it's like, how do you break that role? And how do I redefine my own identity? So check out They Clone Tyrone. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Josh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm literally gonna watch it tonight. That was literally on my list.
Because I was literally watching like, is Josh gonna think this is corny? Because I think this movie's fucking great.
We're gonna see.
I was mad though, because I was like, why the fuck isn't this in theaters, but the blackening is?
Oh my god, the blackening.
I rewatched the blackening the other week, and I was like, I was watching it. My friend Jen came over, and she was watching it, and she was like, did Chat GPT write this? And I was like,
bruh. Wow. One of my biggest gripes with it is the opening scene. Because they can only pay the two real actors for 10 minutes of time. Yeah. They ran through their lines so fast. Yeah, they do. It was crazy. And then the next scene is the car scene with the guy, the homosexual guy in the movie. Yeah. He wrote it actually.
Yeah, he co-wrote it.
Yeah. And then all the jokes are just cliches that's not landing. I've already went on this tirade already. But those two scenes set me up for a bad movie, and I can't believe that people like it. If you like it, I'm judging you hard.
You're gonna love this.
I want to check out They Clone Tyrone. It looks just from the marketing, looks 10 times as better.
If you know John Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's like a John Carpenter blaxploitation movie.
Really curious about John Boyega. I've always he's a little corny to me.
I think he's good here. He don't got much to say. I think he
really don't say much.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about his character. Like he emotes a lot through his personality and his face. He doesn't actually say a lot in the movie. It leans on his reactions to what Jamie Foxx and Tanoia Paris are doing.
Okay, he reminds me of like a Jonathan Majors, but like not Jonathan Majors.
Not Jonathan Majors.
Like he could like I feel like they're always up for the same role. And it's just one or the other gets it. Like they literally feel like the same actor.
Like I need a buff nigga. Call John.
Yeah, I think he about to get a lot more roles now moving forward.
But last weekend was also the rise of Barbenheimer. Barbie comes out, Oppenheimer comes out. I'll tell you right now, this is the worst city to live in when there's like a hype movie weekend like this, because you're not going to be able to see it anywhere. My goodness. I only saw Barbie yesterday. Okay. And I had to go to Northridge to go see that shit.
Oh my goodness.
I went to Northridge Fashion Center, which I've never been to before. Which is
nice. It's big as fuck.
It's super huge. I was like, I've never been here
Walked through there one day. That's one of their nicer malls. I like it.
I don't like their MC.
What was your Barbie fit?
My Barbie fit, I had a pink hat on, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going in no Barbie fit.
I actually got a Barbie fit. I got a t-shirt that I haven't. I got the Young Money Nicki Minaj Barbie bitch t-shirt. Yeah. I got it when they did the shows. I just never wore it. I'm like, this is the perfect time to wear it.
There was a lot of Barbie fits though.
Yeah, they get them off.
I appreciated how multicultural it was going into the movie. It was all types of little girls from all different ages, all different races that was coming to see the movie. I'm interested in your thoughts on the movie as well.
I've heard good things.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was great. Ryan Gosling kills it. I thought he was the best part about the movie.
Okay.
Like the kid thing was funny. It has a lot to say, and I think that walking out of it, you'll be thinking about it a lot. It has a lot to say about of obviously femininity, but also like fragile masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot to say about those two things. I don't know if it stuck the landing on one of them. I think that it's only 111 minutes long. It's not a long movie
I like
at all.
that. I hate long movies.
Which is good, but I think that they had so many ideas that they're just throwing at you. And by the end, it's like, all right, how are we about to wrap this up? And then they don't kind of wrap it all up at the end. And it's tough to do so because the movie has to play to so many audiences, like little kids, women, men. They wanted everybody to come to this movie, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Like John Cena's in the fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like they wanted everybody to come into the movie. But I feel like in trying to serve all these masters, they really didn't serve anyone in the end. Like they just made an entertaining movie. Like it's one of my favorites of the year for sure. Like visually, Josh, you're gonna be fucking like blown away. Like just the way that they recreated all the dream houses and all that stuff, like the cars, all of it. Like it's a really well done movie technically. Like the set design deserves an Oscar alone for that shit. Like wow, it's crazy.
I wonder if it get nominated.
I think it will. I think at the very least, Ryan Gosling is probably going to get nominated for an Oscar. Okay. For sure. He's that good. He's that good. He's dancing, singing, acting, he's doing everything.
That's funny.
Like he's killing it in the role. I think Will Ferrell's funny in the fucking movie too. Like there's just the right amount of Will Ferrell where it's not like too much Will Ferrell, but like it was a great movie. I went in with like low expectations, and then as people start saying how good it was, I was like, okay, maybe I should really look forward to this, and I wasn't disappointed. I'm going to see Oppenheimer this Friday though.
I've been hearing some bad things about Oppenheimer.
Bad? Not
even bad. I've heard good reviews, but the watching experience has been bad. Like I heard everyone like the IMAX film has just been stopping. Like somewhere. I think it might have been in one of the AMC's. Like it stopped like 20 minutes left to go, and then it came back with no sound. Then it tried to start it over, and it wasn't really the 70 millimeter IMAX version.
Well, have you seen how big the reel is?
Yeah, I heard it's like pounds.
Yeah,
it's like heavy as hell.
It's like at the Chinese theater, it's like sticking out of the projectionist room. They actually have to build a rig.
That's what I heard. And I heard that because of that, a lot of the like 70 millimeter showings haven't really been. Yeah. So it's interesting.
Chris Nolan,
I'm gonna check it out.
He is like a psychopath when it comes to like that technical stuff. When it's like he filmed it all on IMAX, so it's like it's got to be in this format. And I'm seeing it in IMAX at Burbank 16. It's like Limax, whatever. But like I have to see it. Yeah, it's sold out. Literally, it's sold out every single day this week.
Yeah, no, that shit's crazy. Funny enough, first time I saw the trailer for this shit, I said, "What the fuck is this movie about?"
20 minutes left. The audio goes out. It sounds pretty accurate. You know what the ending is. Right?
It's based off of the life of Oppenheimer and his. I guess there was a book, and Nolan adapted that book or certain parts of the book into this story.
So Oppenheimer's a person.
Yeah, he's a person. He's the guy. He's Cillian Murphy's character. You learn a lot about him, I think, and I think that people didn't know anything about him. I think from what I've heard, you do learn. I didn't know he was Jewish, so like there was definitely like a side of him where it was like, yo, he's about to go wipe out a whole bunch of people that's been doing these people wrong. So it's like,
sick.
Is it revenge or is it, you know what I'm saying? And I am glad that from what Dom has told me and what Pat has told me, they've seen the movie already, that they do reckon with what he did. And he does question what he did and killing all those people. So like I that's what I want to see how they deal with that part of it. So it sounds good.
We'll see.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this missing girl?
Oh man, Carlee Russell. Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Because I honestly was following this case from when it dropped. I ain't gonna front. I'll be on Reddit.
You were skeptical.
I was on Reddit. I was on the subreddit.
What was the Reddit temperature?
No, hold on. Before we get there, I want to put a whole disclaimer out that I am hoping that this is not a situation where you're like you're skeptical of anyone saying that in the future.
Oh no, I mean not at all. I think.
The story was
it's been done before. She just took it to the max. She's crazy, out of her mind. Let's tell the story. Carlee Russell on, I think it was a Friday night even.
It was like 2 weeks ago or something like that, right?
2 weeks ago. I think it was like a Friday or Thursday night. It might have been a Friday night because she was literally gone for a weekend.
Yeah. Showed up on Monday at the doorstep.
Like crazy. That's what they do.
Hold on. Who is they?
They want to get away from some responsibilities for the weekend.
Who is they?
Sneaky link.
Who is that?
They want to go. I don't know. People who do these things. Okay. Crazy people. Okay. People that are out of their mind. I don't want to say crazy.
Okay.
People who are just trying to escape their responsibilities and reality. So Friday, She's driving on the road.
Mm-hmm.
She says she calls.
She's in Alabama too, by the way.
Alabama, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She calls 911 first. She calls 911. She says, "I see a baby on the road."
The 911 thing caught me off because I'm like, they could track you, right?
I mean,
That's
she
what
obviously
they do.
not the smartest.
That's what they do. Yeah,
that's what they do. She's
Okay.
obviously not the smartest, but she thought she was smart. It's funny when people who aren't that smart think they doing something smart. It's like you thought you had it. So she calls 911. She's driving on the highway. She calls 911 and says that she sees a baby on the side of the road. Now, mind you, she's driving. They said she drove 6 football fields seeing this baby. So it's like either the baby's running fast as hell.
That's a big baby.
Or you passed the baby a mile ago. We don't know. We don't know. We're not sure. But you call. She says she sees a baby, a boy, shirt on, no pants. She needs some help. They're like, okay, like we're and the shout out to the 911 dispatcher because they didn't judge. They asked all the right questions and was tripping her up already. They were like, okay, we're sending someone out. What kind of car are you in? A red Benz. It's just even her saying that, I'm like, okay. They're like, is it an SUV or sedan? SUV. Oh, I mean sedan. It's like, you don't know what car you in? Like, what's going on? So calls them, hangs up. Then she calls her boyfriend's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is her boyfriend's sister. That's always an interesting person to call.
Yeah.
You're never really, really cool with the boyfriend's sister.
You shouldn't be, at least.
You shouldn't be, but you never really are.
Yeah.
It's always a contentious relationship. But
I could attest.
But the boyfriend's sister is close to the boyfriend always.
True.
So whatever tea you tell him or her,
I'm telling him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, I'm on the side of the road. Why are you calling the boyfriend's sister and telling her this, first of all? I'm on the side of the road. I see a baby. They need to release that call. I don't know if anyone recorded. I guess no one recorded that call.
They can find it.
They can. They listen to it. So calls the boyfriend's sister, tells her what's going on. I see a baby on the side of the road. Yep. And then abruptly she starts screaming. Phone hangs up. Snatches her wig off. Leaves it on the side of the road. Takes her Apple Watch off. Leaves it in the car. She thinks she's doing something smart, but she's not. So, mind you, they have footage of all this. There's footage.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, because they have like the cameras on the interstate.
Yeah.
So they see the footage shows, and they were trying to be very PC about it. Say a figure get out the car, leave the car door open, and then go off into the woods. Before this full story came out, there was so many theories. People were like, "Oh, someone else was driving their car, and they went out into the woods."
They could smoke for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it was so many little theories and things out. Long story short, she goes off into the woods.
There was a hysterical call to her mother or something too. I thought, or was it that was the sister?
I think that was sister. Okay. That was the sister where she starts screaming on the phone. That's a hysterical call. So she goes on to the woods all weekend. It's a manhunt. They're looking for. They got dogs out. They looking up other cases. They neglecting other cases. Funny enough, there was actually a Truth Be Told episode about this on Apple TV. It's not about this, but it was very much about something like this. It's about 2 girls are missing on some like child sex trafficking type situation. A white girl and a black girl, and all the police resources are going towards the white girl. Yeah, and we had our chance. This is our chance. All the police resources are going towards the black woman. And she fucking lied.
I was going to say, this sounds like the Paperboy Atlanta episode.
Right? So look, she goes off into the woods Sunday. There's like a motel over there. Someone gets a call that she's at the motel. Or like there's like a anonymous tip comes in that she's at the hotel.
Who was the anonymous tip? Her boyfriend?
I don't know. I think so. I think he's in.
It had to be the boyfriend.
I think in between this, I think she did this to make her boyfriend mad, or like, you don't care about me.
I'll show you.
I'm gonna show you. And then on Sunday, she like, you not even looking for me. And then so the anonymous tip comes in. She's at the hotel. She disappears. Monday morning, and this is exactly what the news report said Monday morning. She showed up at her front door, banging on the door. Like, this crazy fucking bitch. Let me banging on my door after going missing. Like, knock softly, ring the doorbell, nigga. comes
Oh
home.
my god.
Just today, her lawyer put out a statement like, "Hey,
I got the statement right here.
Yeah,
I got the statement
you
right
read
here.
it? Yeah.
He says there was no kidnapping. My client did not see a baby. My client did not leave the Hoover area. My client apologizes for her actions to this community. Carlee asks for your forgiveness and prayers.
Prayers.
They always ask for prayers.
So TikTok was actually on the case on this a lot earlier than everybody.
TikTok and Reddit. No, honestly, you understand. From the moment it dropped, I remember being up in bed. It had to be like Friday night on Reddit, and we were like, "No, she's lying." Yeah. Absolutely. And
people who knew her or know her,
were coming out
and saying she stole from her job. That was one of the things.
Yeah.
Because in fact, they looked at her search history, which was still active while she was missing. It was one-way ticket to Tennessee.
You're not even going far.
Tennessee?
You could have walked there.
I'm like, why not Mexico? Why not anywhere they can't find you?
She Google search, can you pay for an Amber Alert?
No way.
Yes, she did. She did. And at that point, like, it's frustrating to me because, I mean, clearly she needs help, but it's frustrating to me because it's like, there were actual people who were either victims or knew people or had family members or were in groups of people who had been kidnapped, abducted, sex trafficked. They were all on the case. They were open, like Josh said, they were opening all sorts of old cases, people coming out, well, I've heard something like this back in this year, maybe he's still out there, and these people wasted their their man hours and manpower to look for her. And that's the part that sucks the most, is that there's actually people who, this is like their crusade. This is what they live and die for. And it's not a game. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that's normal, especially for Black women who are getting abducted every single day.
Yeah, it's a big thing in America right now. And I think she kind of invalidated that with the situation, and it sucks and it's whack. And like, you know, I hate when we have situations like this, because you can kind of go back to the mental health, and I hate to call it excuse, but you can be like, oh, mental health issues, and we need to get help for her. But ultimately, you know, this shit leaves a stain on all of our situations and experiences, and it sucks. And
it also galvanizes people who don't believe women anyway. You know what I mean? It makes it harder to defend women when it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes it tougher. You know what I mean? Not that my views on this type of thing is skewed in any type of way for this. I feel really bad for her. You know what I mean? And it's just frustrating that will be probably the outcome of it. Now, I will say, what a terrible job. You fumbled the bag tenfold.
Bruh,
nigga. Like,
she came back with the sickest lie about the abduction. Did you hear that part?
I didn't hear the lie.
Oh my gosh. She came back with a whole story. She was like, someone pulled her into the woods, made her jump over a fence, put her in the back of an 18-wheeler. There was a lady there that was there as well who was like, help. Like, she couldn't see all this stuff, but they made her jump over a fence and all this stuff. She said there was a lady there who was like helping feed her. Somehow she got away, got caught, and then that's when she saw the guy. He had orange hair with like a bald spot in the back. She had a whole.
So he was the clown.
Bro, that's what someone said. That's literally what someone said.
It the clown.
Someone said her description was "It the clown," and they were like, "She needs to stop watching all these goddamn movies." That was literally one of the comments I saw.
I haven't even heard of that shit. I'm like, bro, that sounds like It to me.
Bruh, that was literally one of her one of the comments. So yeah, she had this whole story about how she got away, and yeah, it's just like, yo, like we believed you. And, you know, I followed this through and through. So I saw all the comments and people being like, they never believed Black women. And now we missing it. And look at, they invalidating us. And, and you know, that's the truth a lot of times. Mm-hmm. But it's like, damn, like, this situation just puts us 5 steps back.
Yeah, because it's like one point, it's like a lot of people wanted this to be the moment where you find this girl. And catch this person. And I think every time this happens, everybody wants that to be the case. Yeah. And for
Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. No one wants to see a woman go missing, especially in these circumstances. You saw a kid and like they lured you away.
People had crazy.
They had so many scenarios. Like, oh, they're using the kid as bait, and that, like, it was so many scenarios. And it's just,
I just think it's funny that when the story started rolling, the kid just completely left the whole conversation.
I mean, shit, the kid was never in the conversation. How you driving down the highway and see a little baby on the side of the road? I can't even see the lines in the road when I'm driving down the highway.
I couldn't even see Lil Baby
Man,
on the road. I'm driving.
It's crazy. It's just crazy that was her like excuse. It's like you really didn't think this through. You should have wrote this down and like read it to yourself.
What's more embarrassing, being her or being the parents of the balloon boy?
Oh my God, the balloon boy was a moment in time, and I've actually brought this up. We were watching Wife Swap because me and my wife was watching Wife Swap, and that family was on Wife Swap.
Oh, right. Wow.
They was?
Yeah, they were on Wife Swap,
That's
and
so
they
random.
acted just as wild as they did on that interview as they did on the show. And I was like, "Oh fuck, that's the balloon boy." My wife hadn't heard of the balloon boy before, so we had to watch we all remember the interview with the balloon boy. He was just like, "My parents told me it'd be good for the show," and then the parents was like,
"Oh my gosh."
They said it'd be good for the show. I'm like, yo, this is the what? Like that was 2009.
They had that shit on every channel. Niggas thought he was about to go into the damn stratosphere. Niggas were like, don't shoot it down. There's a kid in there. Yo, it was crazy. Then the shit hits a mountain. Like, oh fuck.
When it came down, there was nobody inside. I was like,
there's nobody in there.
I was like, maybe the kid. Then
Oh
they said the kid came from up the attic. The attic.
Yo, that was one of the wildest stories, and like. It's just crazy how much people just crave attention. Because going back to the Carlee Russell thing, all this was to make her boyfriend jealous and mad.
And to escape being fired.
Well,
because she got fired literally when she came back. Her job fired her that day.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Get your ass out of it. Because they need the real story.
Yeah. They knew.
But the crazy thing is, so her boyfriend had cheated on her.
Yeah.
With like a stripper. Or maybe he didn't even cheat. He might have broke up with her and got with someone else. And that was a part of the story. She went and cursed out the other girl and was saying all these defamatory things. And
I'm here to say this, and I want to bring up Kiki Palmer too, real quick. Because
we're gonna discuss that.
Let's bring it up real quick too.
Did we do a deep dive on Kiki Palmer?
We did last episode.
Yeah, we did.
So I want to say this: you disappearing and he's already cheating. He's about to cheat harder.
Well, now he's not gonna cheat. He's just gonna break up. He got an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Like that whole weekend, he was like,
I need consoling.
Fuck yes. He was like, "What she do to you, baby?" She's like, "She lied on me. I didn't do that."
That's not even an excuse. I would have been gone. You just sent the whole country to go find you, and now you're coming back to my door at what time? At 7, 8 in the morning?
Oh no, he. It's funny because during the whole situation, he had like this long. I just want to bring her back home. He had a little Instagram caption. You know, Instagram is a new press release. And then, soon as she got back, everything erased.
Yeah,
deleted the shit.
Because as soon as she gets back, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As soon as you get back,
and I think he just was like, I don't want them to think I was involved in this shit. No way, no how.
And speaking of Kiki Palmer, she got a new song out. She's performing somewhere.
Yeah, something in the water actually.
Something in the water.
Oh no,
it wasn't something in the water.
It was Broccoli City Fest.
It was Broccoli City because she was getting driven around there like royalty.
Yeah, she black royalty right now.
My son gave me ass.
Wait, what?
That was her song. Her son gave her ass.
Her son gave her ass.
Oh, my son gave me. Oh, okay.
But then the next line was like, I don't need a nigga. I just need the bag.
I don't need a nigga. I just need a bag.
And it's like.
So they broke up?
It seems to be confirming that. Sure.
I don't know. My thing is, bro, that Carlee Russell, Kiki Palmer. I hate to be this guy, man, but this is what's wrong with Black America. I'm sorry. And then hip hop, you could blame hip hop too. Throw in all the hip hop, the misogynistic shit we listen to, all the murder, death, kill shit. But this is what's wrong with America.
True.
Like what?
See what happens when it's hot outside?
On? This is what we on. Your son gave you ass. First of all, it's like
that's a weird line.
That's a weird line.
I had to think about it. I was
but
like,
but it's just that's what cornballs do.
We said it, yeah.
And shout out to Kiki. Shout out to like I tremendous respect for your acting ability, but just continue to just act. The music shit ain't working, and it ain't gonna work. And you trying to have a controversy and be Cardi B-esque ain't cool. You see what Cardi B just did? She came out and supported her husband.
Yeah.
After all the bullshit they've been going through the last 2 weeks, I was like, "Oh shit!"
She was there.
She popped out,
and then he just put out a whole rollout around her today.
Leave it to Cardi B.
Exactly.
Leave it to Cardi B and Offset. But Kiki Palmer and Baby Daddy, we don't even got a name.
BD.
Y'all just need to stick to the wholesome Hollywood shit. Akilah and the B Part 2.
Wow. Akilah and the BD.
Yup. Not nope. the sequel. I really like the music career. I hate when actors try to do the music career thing.
Mac
Wild. It's like, come on, man. Like, just
it was a good album.
Actually, Jamie Foxx did it too, though.
I know, but Jamie Foxx came in with that, and we already knew he was talented. Nigga was singing on the shows. He was doing all. He had the talent.
Blame it on the alcohol was a moment.
If Kanye West ain't recruit you for a feature, don't put out an album. That's the new rule.
I feel like Kanye would do something with Keke Palmer fucking around.
Nah, she's black. All right,
you know, come on, man.
with all this we're talking about with mental health and stuff like that, I want this is kind of like my soundboard. I realize sometimes I don't really open up a lot, but I realized something this week that I need to go back to therapy.
Oh man, yeah, I don't stop.
I think
that's my soundboard.
And the thing is that I think I had always been therapy guy. Like I'd always been the person that had been going.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I think after last year I dealt with like so much stuff. Last year was a hard year, and then like this year has been pretty crazy. I was just like therapied out. I was like, I feel like I'm always the guy that's always going and always being the person saying it'll help. And I was like, I got skeptical and cynical about it.
Yeah.
And like it's been hard for me to kind of like pick up the phone or like pick up the app and be like schedule myself to go see something. And like it's been real hard for me to kind of like to do that and kind of admit that like I'm not like mentally all there right now. Not like I'm crazy. Not like I'm Carlee Russell. No. But I'm not like I got moods, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not as like I haven't been like as present and like go get like there's certain stuff I would have been taken care of. Like and I'll just be candid, like we were supposed to have a TikTok and I was supposed to have did that. But I've been like way too depressed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been way too like kind of in my own head to do that shit. And usually I would have, y'all know me, like I would have just, you know what I'm saying? It would have just happened. You know what I mean? Mm. And that's like unlike me to do so. And like my wife came to me and she was like, let's talk. And I said, oh fuck. I was like, what did I do wrong? But no, but it was real. And I want to shout out to her and you know, and give her like all the shout outs in the world because she had recognized that I needed that help. And I think that like, you know, I just want to say that. I don't want to say it on public. I was like, I should say it on B-sides. But I was like, I want to say it on public because there might be a lot of people
everybody needs to hear this.
Yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of people that probably want to know about it or like they might not know that I'm going through that shit or whatever, but like.
And honestly, I'm glad you said it on public because, you know, we're your brothers. Yeah. And we're here for you. And I think what you said is exactly it. Like, you know, therapy isn't something that we should be afraid of or are shy about. Like I just literally had this conversation with one of my best friends this morning off the plane. He's like, yo, I'm starting back therapy next week, couples therapy and just solo therapy by myself. And I think us, especially as black men, we have this like facade that we have to live by and be stronger than, and like it's not necessary. We need to have that safe space where we can just say what's on our mind, the crazy thoughts, and it's not even crazy, it's just the thoughts that are in our head. I think these are two situations we just spoke about, Carlee Russell and Keke Palmer, where a therapist hearing these things early on could have absolutely helped and changed the whole course of these things. So like, don't ever feel shy about it. Don't ever feel like it's less than. I think, you know, and I think one thing that we tend to do as black men is like, we do it for a few months and we're like, oh, I feel better. I'm here. And it's like,
then you stop it.
Yeah, it's like nah. It's always it's an ongoing thing. Yeah, you can't give it up. It's like exercise. Yeah, you exercise, you get your six pack, you can lose it.
And I think that's why I felt like I'm mentally fit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm good. Like I can handle what's going on. Learn how to be a husband. I can learn about, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it is like none of my friends are like married. You know what I'm saying? So like
that's a big part of it. I think. Yeah. I tell people this all the time, like three of my best friends, you included, honestly, at this point, like are my inspiration for marriage. I didn't grow up seeing marriage. Sure. My parents weren't married. My mom was divorced, got remarried, divorced again, remarried. So I've never seen a healthy relationship up close. I think the closest has been my grandmother and my grandfather who were, 80 years old. It's like, I see that. I'm like, oh, like, duh. Yeah. But I've never seen it up close. I've never seen love in its purest form right in front of me. I've never seen the ups and downs of that until my friends got married. And my friends got married fairly young. I think you might have been the oldest of my friends recently to get married, and like even you're not old. It's just like I love that this new generation is embracing marriage, and I love that we're figuring it out in our way.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I was like I'm gonna do it all on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like I'm gonna be greatest husband, provider, every friend, brother. We could do BlkPrint, we could do a show, we could do all. You know what I'm saying? I could do all of these things, and I can handle it. And it's like I can't. You know what I mean? And I think coming up, to, having her say that and really like, because she's been asking me for a while, and I'll be like, I put it to the back burner because I feel like, again, it's like I'm looking at like shit ain't work, and my thing was like it didn't work because bad things were still happening, and I think that's what made me so cynical. And it was like I just given up on the idea of going there ever again because I was like, well, if I go again, I'll be fine for 3 months, and then something bad will happen, and I'm gonna have to go back again. And I was like, let me just figure it out on my own. Where it's like I'm still having mad anxiety. I'm still feeling like literally like I go to work anxious. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much shit that I'm going through at work, and there's so much stuff I'm going through at home, and it's like I need a I need a soundboard, and I think like it was a lot for me today because I knew that I wanted to speak on this, and I want to speak to you guys about it and bring it up to you guys because like y'all don't know, and like it's hard for me a lot of times. Like I brought up an incident that happened to me like a week and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? That's on my mind still too, where it's like a lot of gnarly shit happens. You know what I mean? And I'm always the person that's pushing through. You know what I mean? And I can't be that. You know what I mean? And it's hard because I feel like a lot of people look up to me to always have the answer.
No, that's real. And I think, my little bit of advice that you could take from this too is just that like you can tell this shit to stop. Like that's one thing that I always hold true to myself. I'm not a surgeon. I'm not a firefighter. I'm not a cop. My work isn't that important. Like just straight up. Like I love my work. I love what I do. It's important in fulfilling the things that I need to go on with life. But I know I'm not saving no lives with this. So like these deadlines that we have are low key imaginary.
Yeah.
And like, I deal with it. My job could be high stress sometimes. And then I've seen situations where things didn't pan out exactly how they're supposed to be. And you look up and you're talking to your bosses and leadership and they're like, all right, on to the next. Yeah. And it's like, damn, if y'all thought about it like this, if I knew this a week ago, I wouldn't have been stressing like this all week to come to this. So you just got to understand that. And you just got to understand that, like I said earlier, like you can stop this shit. Like, yo, I'm not well right now. I need to slow down. I need someone to step in and help take this load off my shoulders. And like, I think now in this day and age, a lot more corporations and companies are more receptive to that. I think this is something that's talked about a lot more. And like even where I work at, they have like you can take a leave for a few months if you need to. Yeah, something like that. So it's like it's definitely something that's just more tolerated. And we're here for you, man. Like me and Mark, I will absolutely say that. Like if you ever just need to talk, if you ever just need someone to listen, if you ever just need to hug, like literally, we're here. Yeah,
for sure. No, I'm thank you guys. Thanks to the listeners as well. You know what I mean? If anybody's kind of going through that same thing. Again, like, I feel you. I'm on that same length. I'm going to call this week. I'm going to go back to therapy. I think I absolutely need it. I think that, just certain things that, like I mentioned, are just not me. You know what I mean? I'm used to being a certain way, and no one knows me better than my significant other knows me. And I think that was like the wake up call. It was like just seeing how she said it. You know what I mean? And it was genuinely concerning. And not that I'm like doing wild shit. It's just the look on my face. You know what I mean? Like I'm smiling and laughing with you guys, like because like you guys are like you brighten up my day.
And shout out to her for recognizing that and helping you kind of get to that point because I think that's the tough part for a lot of men. It's like sometimes they don't have anyone around them to recognize that. And I didn't think I love them.
I didn't think I was that type of guy. I'm a real emotional guy. Like I'm really open with my emotions, but I felt I was like, damn, I really am repressing. I am really going into myself and like not speaking about what's going on with me. And there's a lot of things I haven't reconciled. Like some things you already know a lot of the stuff that's going on. And there's a lot of things about that I haven't reconciled because I think I brought this up last year too. Like I want to be strong for other people instead of myself. And then you kind of see what happens when that, the outcome of that, when that happens is not good mental health. And so, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And it's going to be that first step for me to go back. I haven't been back in maybe 4 years. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find the time to do that, because you know what, I'm gonna make time to do that, because that, you know, me being the best version of me is what I came out here for, and I want to make sure I'm the best version of me for myself, and that will reflect on, you know, what you guys hear and what you guys see for me. So thank you guys for listening for that.
No, absolutely. The positive thing is you're far ahead of a lot of people as far as even just going and trusting a third party in being able to speak on these types of things. I personally, I have not found that comfort yet. I have one of my best friends and my sister as well that have went to therapy and have said lots of positive things about it and have encouraged me to do so as well. But I'm just not there mentally yet to trust a third party in a lot of the things that I consider very important and things that I want to do in my life. Usually I find more comfort in talking about those types of things with my family. And that is a pretty big, not necessarily an asterisk, but it's not, you're not going to get the most neutral answer or the most leveled answer when you are speaking to literally the people that created you. So I would assume that there's a lot of people that also feel that way as far as trying to build that trust and comfort and rapport with somebody, especially finding somebody that actually feels like it's a good conversation with them. So it's a working process in all aspects of it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be hard to find a good therapist, especially out here. There's like thousands of them.
No, I mean, and even to your point, I think that's the hard part sometimes, is that, like, I feel like we feel the most comfortable with our family and people we're close to, but then we also don't want to tell them the darkest parts of ourselves. Yeah. And that's the push and pull. And like, that's why I appreciate therapy so much. Cause like, you don't know me besides, not even besides what I tell you, but you're not someone who can judge me in that way. So I enjoy going there and saying the wildest shit that I've thought this week. Like, I'll be writing it down in my phone. Like, yo, I gotta say this to this lady when I speak to her. Like, and that helps me lighten my load. It's like, yo, when I have these crazy thoughts, or when I'm like, it could be the wildest shit. Like, and I'm just like, yo, I know I can say this to this person. They're not going to judge me. They're actually going to give me some good advice to think through it. And it's not even like they're giving me advice like, do this. They're just like, why are you thinking like this? Yeah. Where is this coming from? Yeah. And that helps you unravel kind of like that knot of tension inside yourself. And, one thing I've learned through my therapy journey is that, like, it all starts from childhood. Yeah, absolutely. All this is just the little boy inside of us acting out and trying to find his flow. And, you got to feed that inner child, and you got to really nurture that inner child besides feed it. And, I hear you, man. I get it with just, how fast paced we live. Even
it's hard to slow down.
Yeah, it's hard to slow down. It's hard. Like, I personally, it's funny. We've been recording every week with the AMP show, and then we're coming back and doing the show. Like, I feel like we've been recording a lot in between all the work we've been doing. Yeah. Like, just outside of this, and I'm like, dog, like, this shit is a lot. Like, it is. But it's crazy though. It's like, it's what I want to do for my future, so I get it, and that's why I come here and do it. And I really enjoy talking to you guys. Like, I really enjoy that part of it. But yeah, man, it's like it can get a lot. So like, we here, bro. If you ever need anything,
I love doing. Let me just be clear. I don't get anxiety doing this. You know what I'm saying?
No, me neither. But it's just
y'all are my family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh mentioned, like it's tough to like just talk to your family about that shit. I feel the same way when I got to tell y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, y'all are my family. You know what I mean? And in a lot of ways, like y'all show up for me in like ways that I could never imagine. So it's funny to me, and I know it sounds preposterous to my friends to be like, you're afraid to tell us anything? We tell you every fucking thing. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, it's still hard to do so. But, it's stuff that, you know what I mean, that I just want to be like the strongest version of myself to everybody. And it's like, I can't really do that. I just got to be honest. And I want to be honest and truthful to our listeners too, because they come on this journey. I know a lot of people listen to this that know me personally, or they've gotten to know us, you know what I'm saying, through the show. And I want to let people know they're not alone. You know what I mean? I think that's, we bullshit and we chat and stuff like that. And, I just wanted to bring that up today, as we talked about mental health and people going through things. Cause like Josh said, that could have helped, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those people, and seeing that, I'm looking at it like, fuck, I don't want to go missing.
Yeah. You don't want to Carlee Russell yourself, man. I don't want to do that. I've 1,000% appreciate you coming here and giving us that story. Cause like, it's needed. Yeah, it's needed for like. I'm glad for our listeners, like people I know, people people Mark know. they're out there. They need this message, and I'm glad that you were brave enough to expound on that on this platform.
Yeah, and I want to give a special shout out to our guy Robbie too.
Yes,
that's another thing that kind of sparked really a lot of more emotion, in me to make this decision to do that. He's going through some really crazy stuff right now. We love you, Robbie. Regardless of anything, what I'm saying, bad, good, in between. Love you to death, and we got you with whatever. So, if you know Robbie, send him some love. Hit him up on Twitter at RobbieRav. You know what I mean? Like, give him all the love in the world. So, thank you guys for listening. We went way over today, way over, but it happens.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys enjoy the content anyway. Make sure that you tune in to Throwblacks, Green Day, American Idiot, getting rave reviews on that episode. So shout out to everybody that listened to that. But next up, we got Carter 4. I'm not gonna say much.
The trial of Carter 4.
I'm not gonna say much, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all trying to indict it, and I'm not letting y'all do it, bro.
Who is y'all? We're not indicting.
That's what they do.
Hey.
Like he said, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
That's what they done. You know what I'm saying? I'm not letting y'all do that to the Carter 4 no more. So Throwblacks Carter 4, I'm coming with the docket, the case docket out. And I'm ready to fuel, or not fuel, but fire on all detractors. So make sure you look out for that. Join our Patreon, man. $5 a month. It gets you so much really cool content. Have you ever thought about starting a Discord?
I thought about it. Our listeners out there, y'all want to talk?
Josh will talk. If you want to see Josh how he talks on Discord, let us know if you want to start up a Discord. We could do that as well. But for Josh, I'm Justin. That was also MC. Thank you for listening to BlkPrint. B-Sides later this week.
Yep.
Make sure you check out B-Sides. So we'll see you guys next week for Amp Radio. I don't know if we got a guest this week. We'll have to figure that out.
I think guest last week, so no guest this week.
Okay, we'll be good. So yeah, we'll see you guys later on the BlkPrint. Peace.